like today I did a button that I use a lot. It's just an animated button, and when you hover over it, you'll see the fonts split, rise, fall, come back, and change color while doing so. We use this a lot for our contact form. Just adds a little touch, and I think it's pretty cool. I put a link in the description to the repo, so you can just download the code if you guys want to grab and keep this button, just drop it into websites. And let me just show you what's going on here real quick. Start over here at our package JSON. This is just a Gatsby starter. The code will work in Next.js. It'll also work in Create React App. The code will be the exact same. I just choose to use the Gatsby starter. It's the easiest thing. I imported style components because we're going to style locally. And the only other thing in here is animate CSS, and that's it. In the source folder, in our pages, just one page, the home page, and all that is just a page component, importing React, creating our arrow function, importing and displaying our component, Playground. Well, let's take a look at Playground. Playground is just a React component. I imported style components so that we can use it down here. It is an arrow function that returns a div that I gave the name wrap and made it a styled div so that I can style it and its children right here in this same file. That's all this is. That's what I'm doing. And again, this is just 100% width, height, background. I flexed everything in the container holding the animated button. I flexed and justified that so it is in the middle. Okay, that said, well, let's take a look at the button. That's the only thing we're returning, and that's what we're here for. So let's take a look. Again, I did import link from Gatsby, which is core feature Gatsby. Instead of using href inside the button, I'm just wrapping it in a link component, and it uses to instead of href. It is just a span that holds our letters for our button, or button title. It is just returning these props here whenever it's used. You got an S1 that you can use, an S2 obviously through S6. The area label, again, it's a prop, so that's dynamic. The class name is also dynamic because I'm going to make another button that uses something different than what we have here. And the button is just a button, and then I got on hover. You guys should understand all of this. I made two animations, one titled whip, one titled stitch. Here they are. The only thing that's happening here is we're moving some up and some down. You'll see the opposite on that, and we're changing the color at the 50% mark. So you'll see it go from pink to white, and you'll see them go rise and fall on the x-axis depending on if they are odd or even. And then down here we just put a delay, so you get a staggered look. And that's it. That's all this is. This is just straight up CSS on a dynamic button. And well, that's it. There's really not a whole lot to tell you. But it is dynamic, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So you can use this button and drop it all over the place. But let's just say we wanted another one. And instead of this, we wanted it to say, well, we wanted it to go to contact. So we can put our 2 in there, right? That's dynamic. We can change this. We'll do, we'll do contact. And right away, you're going to notice that I'm going to run into an issue here. Well, can't do that, right? So what do? Well, we just add an S7. And we'll give it that T that we need. And all you got to do is go back here. I have this made just using 6 spans. And you need the spans, which really sucks, but you really need it to get the animation to work. Well, I'm sure there's another way, but that's the way I do it. Just add another one. You could span this out 20, and you could put whole sentences in there if you want. Click on this link, whatever the hell you want. Put it in there. Just make sure that you pass the prop so that you know you're going to send it over. And that's all you have to do here. That's it. So that will work. And now over here, now we have 2. If we go to this, now we have a second button. I mean, it's as simple as that. So you just add the fields you need. Okay, well now, if you recall, we did import Animate CSS, and this is a library that allows us to drop in using class names. Very simple animations just by class name alone. So we have bounce, see it here, rubber band, shake. I'm going to focus on attention seekers only because we are using a button and that makes sense to me. There's a whole lot of other things. You can come check this out if you've never used it. Ta-da, Jello, Heartbeat. Okay, so you get the idea here. But it's very simple because we already have that in. All we have to do is come over here and back into our playground. Here we just want to add a class name. First of all, you have to have the class name animated. And that's not me, that's Animate CSS. Then you just want to put in the class name of what we want to use. I guess we'll go with Pulse. And this is going to fire on render. So as soon as the page renders, it's not going to be animate on scroll, which you could add. You could certainly do animate on scroll. Just go look that up. But so now if we go, oh, I'm sorry. What we really need to do, and this is important, is let's drop in the Animate CSS. That will know it's there. And now if we come over to our local host and we see if you can, I don't know if you can see Pulse there. Maybe Pulse is a bad one to use. I can't really see that. Let's do Tada. Or better yet, let's just do Shake. So that shakes. So when they come onto the page, it's shaking. Well, it does it once. To me, that's not very helpful. I want that, it's an attention getter. It's the contact, so I want them to see it, call attention to it. So if you put in infinite, which is another class name in Animate CSS, well, now that will just shake. I mean, it's a little crazy. You can put slow or slower. So, I mean, you guys can go over and check out the library. There's a lot you can do. We'll do slower. And it just kind of rocks a little bit. All right, guys. Well, I hope you can use this. I hope it's beneficial. Throw it in your components folder and use it, man. Take it easy, guys.